lost the fervent degree of loving Christ. You've lost the zeal, the intensity, the enthusiasm of serving God. And so when that happens, that's when you begin to see people begin to slack off in attending church and the works of the church, because they are allowed so much to come in. And let's face it, life happens for all of us, whether you're a Christian or not. Life happens, and so they allow so much to come in that they begin to slack off and push God behind. Oh, well, I have to do A, B, C, and D, and then if I have some time, okay, maybe I'll pray, maybe I'll read my Bible. There had been a decline in the exuberance and enthusiasm that they had. They had more or less cooled off and become complacent as a church. They just had the motion and the form of coming to church. And understand that God is displeased with his children when he sees them grow cold toward him, his house, and the things concerning him. He said, I'd rather you be cold or hot, because if you're lukewarm, I'll spew you out of my mouth. And so they have become so cold, we just come. And a lot of you see that today. A lot of people just come out of habit. All right, it's Sunday. Okay, let me put in my 2 hours, or amen, whatever it is. And then I'd say that I went to church, I've done my duty. But it goes beyond that. You've forgotten what it took to love me and stay in my will. You've forgotten to keep me first. And so you've allowed everything and everybody to come before me, and all I get is your leftovers. All the kingdom gets is what many feel like giving, as long as it doesn't inconvenience or interfere with their own personal agenda. He said, you've forgotten the power, you've forgotten the faith, you've forgotten the trust that you had in me. So as I said, how many of you remember when you loved God more than anything or anyone else? When people first get saved, they had that zeal. Ooh, I gotta, ooh. Then after time begins to wear off, we're all, I gotta go to church again. No, Lord, Pastor, we have an afternoon service. I gotta stay for 2 services, but I gotta come to prayer. And now we make it so easy. You see most churches now, they don't even have the actual prayer. You call in the prayer line to make it convenient, because in the day and time that we live in, nobody really wants to sacrifice any time for the Lord. And so how many of you remember the joy and the elation, and you couldn't keep it to yourself? You were witnessing to everybody. Let me tell you what happened to me, girl. I went to church, never thought it would happen. Oh, that's when we sing the song, He Touched Me, and all the joy that filled my soul. Something happened, and now I know it was nobody but God that touched me and made me. Who said I was shackled by a heavy burden beneath the load of guilt and shame. Then the voice of Jesus, the hand of Jesus touched me. No longer am I this, because God touched me. And so you ran out. You begin to tell your family, begin to tell your brothers and your sisters and your neighbors and your friends, and maybe some of them might have laughed. Well, I remember when. I remember. Let's see if she really stayed like that. Let's see if he really stays that way. And so that's why you have to sometimes find a new circle of friends, because some people want to keep you in the same position you were. That's spiritually and naturally. You have a mind to excel, and all they thinking, and nothing wrong with it if you need it, public assistance and all of that, thank God is there. You work, at some point in time, you worked for it, so you earned it. But the mentality is, oh, you want to start your own little business, your little side thing, but you too good to hang with us now? Come on, let's keep it real. And so, even in the natural, you got to associate yourself with people that are, think a little higher than you. They elevate. We sing a song, elevate your mind, let's go higher. Maybe you only have a high school degree. Which thank God for that. But you hang around some folks that have a college degree. Ooh, that's kind of catchy. He's saying they must repent and go back and do their first work. Everybody wants all these programs in the church, but nobody wants a real relationship with God, because it takes work. We want to be entertained. Okay, well, you have this program, A, B, C, D, and E. That'll keep us occupied. But you need to spend some time alone with God in your secret closet. Yes, we come together collectively and worship God. The Bible commands us to do that, and we get our instructions for the week as we go out, and God will direct us, if we listen to His voice, who we will encounter and what we need to say to them to reach them. But there ought to be some time that you spend with God alone. So many angry and mean folk, and these are supposed to be Christians. church, give your time and think that's it. But the real work begins where? Outside of the walls of the church. We come in to be revived and refreshed after a week of dealing with folk on our job, dealing with situations of life. Then we come in collectively and let God refresh us so that we say we enter to serve, we enter to worship, and we exit to serve. It's in serving and reaching the people that know not God. It's time to go back to being obedient to his word and going back to being faithful to, as I said, to his house of worship. Have you ever gone to a church and it felt dead and cold? No presence of God whatsoever in the place. It was just a building with people coming out of habit and ritual. Well, the Lord is saying it's time for the church to get back to God and love on him the way he loves on us. The people of God have forgotten their first love. They're forsaking the Lord. It didn't just happen overnight. It wasn't that one day they just decided not to love God fervently anymore, but it happened gradually. And you see, for a while, their love for God was so great and so infectious that people were drawn to the Lord. But then as time began to wear off, and the music stopped playing. Can you be worship and praising when there's no music? If there was no band, if there was no singing, do you have a song in your heart? Say, there's a song in my heart that the angels can't sing. I've been redeemed. I've been washed in the blood of the Lamb. So when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me, sometimes I may raise my hand. Sometimes a tear may stream down. Sometimes I may jump and shout. Sometimes but oh God, I just want you to know that I love you more than anything. Jesus, I love you. I love you, Lord, because you first loved me. Say, well, I don't have a Valentine. But you got somebody greater than having the love of Jesus. So when the enemy tries to put loneliness on you, feel like nobody loves you, Jesus loves you. Said he sent his only begotten son. God sent his only begotten son. What love a matter is? Would you give up your child for anybody, huh? No, I don't think any of us would, but the love of God, the compassion of God, said Jesus went to Calvary to save a wretch like you and me. That's love. They hung him high. They stretched him wide. He hung his head. For me, he died. That's love. What manner of love is this? That a man will lay down his life for a friend. I'm more than a servant. Bible says I am a friend of God. I am a child of the King. And so, God, I love you when I'm going through. Jesus, I love you when I have a full bank account. Lord, I love you when money may be tight. Lord, I love you when I may have aches and pains in my body. When the doctor has given me a report, I go to the master physician, and he says in his word, by his stripes, you are already healed. So speak the word. Speak life. Speak life. Walk in life. Believe what the scripture has said. Jesus, I love you more than anything. Lord, I love you more than myself. And so things I would want to do, I can't, because the love of Christ constrains me. I don't want to disappoint my Father. I don't want to make a mockery of this thing. I got to represent him well. But as long as you serve him in spirit and in the truth, worship the Lord. Worship the Lord. Love the Lord. Magnify his name. Hallelujah. Come on, clap your hands up to the Lord. Hallelujah. Jesus, I love you. You see, for a while, people's love for God was so great and so infectious. And I said that people were drawn to them. And that first love in God's eyes is a love that brought you to God. It's a love you experienced when you saw the cross as it really was. It was when you realized that the blood of Jesus was shed for the remission of your sins. It was a love that you felt after realizing how Jesus was beaten and bruised for us. You were overwhelmed by his amazing love and heeded to his call of salvation. Listen, everyone here, you were drawn by the love of Jesus Christ, and he sent you to this sanctuary today to join collectively with believers to be change agents in the world. We are to make a difference in the world. We are to make a difference in the kingdom. Jesus loves you. It's a love you felt when you experienced his forgiveness. He loves you regardless of where you come from. He loves you no matter how many times you may have messed up. Jesus said, I stand with arms wide open, said, there is no secret what God can do. What he's done for others, he will do for you. With arms wide open, he will pardon you and you and you and you. There is no secret what God can do. First love looks at trouble that may arise in your life and says that with God on your side, you can make it through. So as I close, the Lord is saying, it's time to fall in love with him once again. It's time to fall in love with Jesus all over again. He loves you and has so much more for you. If you would only submit to him, return to your first love, which is Jesus Christ. I love the Lord. He heard my cry, and as I said, pitied every groan. Lord, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to pray. All I can do is just moan. But he takes those groanings and moanings, and he takes them before the throne of the Lord. He understands what you're going through. He loves you and cares for you with an everlasting love. He loves you. The songwriter wrote, let the church be the church. And I know we must be progressive and innovative in some things, but we must not neglect the foundation that was laid thousands of years ago. You must remember who you are serving. You must remember who you fell in love with. Johnny may come, Johnny may go. Linda may come, Linda may go. Oh, but thank God for the love of Jesus. Fall in love with him over and over and over and over. Do you really love him? Your first love. Before you experience the first love in the natural, I couldn't even compare to the love of Jesus Christ. We do the Lord so wrong on so many occasions, but yet and still he forgives us. Yet and still he forgives you. That's called grace and mercy. Grace and mercy. Grace and mercy. It's his grace and mercy that you have not been consumed. And some of the things that caught you off guard. It's his grace and mercy that is keeping us daily. It's his grace and mercy that we're still alive and that we're able to walk through those doors. It's his grace and mercy that we are able to lift our hands, that we're able to clap our hands. And so while you're here, let the Lord know that you love him. Lord, I love you more than anything. Lord, I worship you more than anybody. Lord, I love you more than finances. Lord, I love you more than material things. Lord, I love you